Hey, what's up guys? I'm Praetorian.
And Jynx here.
And welcome to Construction Simulator on the PlayStation 5. So some of you may recall we played a Construction Simulator game a while back. That is not this game. This is a different one. I don't know if it's the same developers. It seems like it. But this is a very different game. It's got a lot more in-depth mechanics. It's got multiplayer.
Yeah.
As you can see, Jynx is joining us here. We have not tried out the multiplayer yet. It was actually a ton of work to get here.
Hours.
Yeah, hours of playing the game to get here. I know some people are going to be looking up this video just to find out how they can play multiplayer. Essentially what you have to do is you have to get through the opening campaign here. So I don't know if I can click on it. Yeah, I can't show you what all that encompasses. But you got to get through the opening campaign. It took us probably about, I don't know, maybe 4 hours, I think, to get through it. You might,
maybe if you're better than us, you'll get through it quicker.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We might have been a little bit slower with it than some people. But yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to get to the opening campaign, which is essentially the point, because it kind of confused us a little bit because we thought we were done well before we actually were. But essentially you need to get to the point that you have the second lot. And that's this one over here, the second company premise. Once you have that, which costs 150,000 credits, once you purchase that, you'll get a mission to come over here and talk to the tutorial guy who kind of teaches you the game, and then you'll unlock the multiplayer, as well as the entire rest of the game. So the way this works is you have these campaigns here, 4 different characters that you'll work with, and they have different missions that you'll do. And once you finish all their campaigns, you have a finale campaign. And this is just for the American map, which is what we're currently on right now. There's also a European map that has, I think, the same like setup. So it's basically like 2 games in one, in a sense. I don't know how different they are, but you imagine they'd be pretty different, since you know these are all voice acted. They're all American characters. So I imagine that it's a whole different campaign. So it's kind of like 2 games in one, which I think is pretty interesting. But yeah, once you finish the finale, you're essentially done with the story mode. But you also have these contracts that you can do at any time. And that's actually what we're going to do in today's episode, just to kind of get something quick and easy. Well, I say quick and easy, but none of these missions are, except for these mini jobs. Those are really easy. But we won't be doing one of those. We'll just do a regular contract here. Also, there shouldn't be too much dialogue in this. I think if we, start the campaign, because we haven't done any of these yet, I think there'll be a lot of dialogue as we get introduced to these characters that we've never met before. So yeah, we're just going to do a contract. We've already decided which one we're going to do, which is going to be probably the garage edition, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, we're going to do this one, guys. So this is the breakdown of everything we're going to be required to do in this mission. It's useful for seeing what you're going to have to rent, like which vehicles are required. You can see that we don't have that many vehicles in our vehicle fleet. We have a backhoe loader, a tractor, and a flatbed crane. So basically we're going to need to rent everything that the job requires. You can also see what kind of materials you're going to have to purchase for the job. You can see the estimated earnings, how many stages there are, the expected duration, and one of the kind of interesting mechanics here is you can change the job scope from high to medium to low, and I think that just makes the job like easier.
Yeah, like adds or subtracts certain steps to it.
Perhaps, or maybe it just makes it easier to do each step, is what I was thinking. I'm not entirely sure though. But you can see that you're basically not getting as much money if you change the job scope. So we're going to stay on the high scope. And the reason why I picked this is because the duration, I think, is the lowest of all these contracts, with the exception of the mini jobs. Now, it looks like we're actually getting new contracts. And you know what? I think we just lost our contract that we wanted to do.
Oh, did it go away?
Yeah. So these are temporary. I didn't realize that. All right, so you're always getting new contracts. Well, this one here, this is a house edition. And it's a similar number of steps of that garage, and it is actually a quicker duration. So I think that will work out fine. So let's do this one before it gets snatched up. So let's go and accept the contract. And we already have the backhoe loader, excuse me. So we won't need to rent that. Now, playing in multiplayer, it's going to be interesting to see how well this works out for us. Because I think you need to look ahead and have the second player go and do some of this stuff. But you won't be able to see what Jynx is doing. So I think initially, we're just going to kind of travel together. And do things together. But eventually, we're going to separate. We do need a vehicle, don't we? So let's go ahead and order up our vehicle from the vehicle fleet. And it's the loader that they need, right?
Yeah.
How far is the job? Because I don't think we want to have to travel super far. So the location of this is actually in the village. So we have another company premise over there. So we're going to travel over to that company premise because fast travel costs money if you go to certain locations. Now, if you go to your company premise, it's free. So we'll just fast travel over there because that's the quickest way to get this job started up. We won't have to do a lot of traveling because the map's actually fairly large. I know it doesn't look that large here, but it's actually pretty big when you zoom in.
Especially once you're driving around in your slow-ass vehicles.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a lot of curves for you to run people over in.
Okay, so I think that's right around here. You can see that the GPS is showing us which way we need to go. But we're going to go and order up our vehicle. And I guess we'll order the vehicle we need for it. The backhoe loader. Now, that's one you definitely don't want to have to travel far in because it's super slow. So let's go and take it out and then enter it.
I don't think I can ride with you in that, though.
You know what? You might not be able to. Yeah, I think it's a one-person vehicle here.
I can't sit in your lap.
You can try and hop in it. Will it let you?
Hop in there. Can you just scoop me up?
Press triangle. Will it let you get in?
Aw.
No, it doesn't let you get in.
Occupied. Let me jump in there. Scoop me up.
All right, so it actually has us going back to the company premise for some reason, even though the job is actually over here. That's interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, it shouldn't require that. The GPS is kind of it leaves a lot to be desired, guys.
It's realistic.
I suppose that's right. We're just gonna head over to the location, guys, and not follow the GPS because it's
You can set it as a waypoint, though, can't you?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, because I think we clearly don't want to head all the way back over there. So this is actually working out fine. Now, if we used the truck to go over there, not only would it be quicker, but Jynx can ride around in it. I think this works fine. I did want to let you guys know about... We'll stop here, since it doesn't pause in the menus when you're multiplayer. I did want to let you guys know about some of the settings that we're starting out with here, just so you guys know that we have changed them. So the traffic density, this can only be changed on PlayStation 5. So Jynx is currently playing on a PlayStation 4, and she does not have the ability to change the pedestrian or traffic density.
Can either turn it on or off.
Yep. Yeah, turn off all pedestrians or all traffic. You can't adjust the density. I've changed it to traffic to medium because there's too many damn cars. You can't get anywhere. So we changed that. The traffic offenses, we've turned that off. So that's, basically you got to follow the law. If you don't, you get fined. I don't really find that a fun way to play because I just want to get to the locations. But if you want a more realistic experience, you want to turn those on. That is the default setting as well. Obviously, we changed to miles per hour. We are here in America. Makes sense. I think that's it. I think that's the only adjustments we made here. And a lot of these are PlayStation 5 specific, with the haptic feedback and all that kind of good stuff, the adaptive triggers. So those are only for the PlayStation 5. All right, let's head on over here. But I just wanted you guys to be clear, if you see me like running red lights and smashing into cars with no penalty, that's because we turned that off.
But yeah, traffic is infuriating in this game.
Yeah, a little bit.
You'd be sitting at a red light forever.
Now you're not completely free, or you're not getting back on.
Are you coming to get me?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, stopping for you.
There?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But there is a penalty for crashing into stuff. You'll see down there around our little circle on the bottom right. There's a couple different meters there. The blue one is your fuel, so you do have to refuel your vehicles. And the green one is your current condition. Alright, so I believe this is it right here, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think this is the job right here.
I need a road.
So we need to excavate the area. So if Jynx had an excavator, then she could also do this. But since we only have one, and we don't really want to rent another one, because all that, of course, costs money. And Jynx doesn't really want to excavate anyway, because this sucks.
Oh my god, I hate excavating.
Where am I supposed to be excavating? Is it that, oh, it's right here.
Oh.
There's little holes. Alright, this should not be too difficult,
Can
hopefully.
I just grab like a shovel and do it
Do
by
some
hand?
work. But yeah, normally what we'd have Jynx do is she would... The camera's infuriating, by the way. We'll talk more about that as we play. But normally Jynx would look ahead at the other stuff we need to do, and then she'd start working on some of that. But for right now, she's just gonna have to chill out, so you guys can see all the different mechanics. Now, I do find using the, any of these backhoes or anything like that easier from the first-person view, and it's still not great. It's still difficult. But good God, the first-person view, guys, or excuse me, the third-person view is quite difficult to use sometimes. The camera in general is very difficult to work with. Because what it does is it changes the controls of whatever thing you're using based on the direction that the camera's looking, which doesn't seem like a problem, except for the camera's like constantly moving. I mean, maybe I should show it so you guys can see how bad it is, but when you're trying to dig or do anything, it's really difficult. Like, more difficult than it should be.
'Cause yeah, as the camera changes, it changes your controls.
Yeah, the controls change.
So you can be pressing down on your stick, but the camera's moving, so you're moving off to the side.
Yeah. And so, it's just very, very confusing.
You are so much better at digging than I am.
Well, at first person.
Yeah.
This would be... maybe I'll show you guys how bad this looks. Oh, I think I just dumped a bunch of dirt in there.
I can eventually get the hang of the first person, but yeah, I can't do the third person at all.
Oops. But yeah, it's definitely tricky. It takes some getting used to, guys.
Did you want me to go start loading materials? Or?
Well, I kind of wanted to show all this stuff.
That's true.
For the first time. Eventually, yeah, we'll make sure we're doing this efficiently. Alright, so let's go back to the exterior, and then we'll get Jynx involved on those ones. But I did want you guys to kind of see all the different mechanics. And we're not recording Jynx's gameplay, of course. I'm hoping when we move, that will finally become something we do. We tried doing it before. We never showed it because we had so much difficulty doing it. And then our second computer got fried and stopped working, and that just basically made it not even a possibility. Because you got to have a different computer for each console you're recording. But hopefully, with the new house, when we move here, which will be soon, mid-October, hopefully we'll actually finally be able to do that. So I'm going to show you guys how this works. It can be rough.
Once you do it perfectly.
Well, it depends on if the camera starts changing on us.
That's true.
If the camera just starts changing on you, then the controls change on you. Yep, see how it circles like that? So now, the direction I have to press is different because the camera has moved. And so it's just so confusing. I mean, we've been doing this for a little while now. Again, we had to play 4 hours to get the multiplayer unlocked, so...
And a lot of digging.
And we did a lot of digging, yeah. And so I've gotten somewhat better, but... It can be rough, guys.
And they have a tip on the vehicle when you're reading about it. Like, it's difficult for professionals, just so you know.
Yeah, I think that was when you're driving with the tractor trailer.
It's like, but is it this difficult? Because when I was a kid, I used to love those playgrounds that had like the excavator and the sandboxes. And I don't remember it being that hard.
Well, again, he was talking about the tractor trailer in that part. And driving with a trailer on the back of your truck is actually kind of difficult. I did it in the military, and it does take some getting used to.
You're a pro.
Like, the most difficult part is... Yeah, but all my dirt is rolling back in here.
You want me to stand over there?
But yeah, when you're backing up, it's the opposite way for, which direction you want your trailer to go.
Move,
yeah. And so that takes a little bit of getting used to. You can also hold triangle to see what you need to work on. So you can see that the red is actually over here. So this is where we need to be digging. Although it looks like I actually lost progress there, because I knocked more dirt into the hole.
Into the square.
Yeah, into the square that we're trying to work with. Again, you can see how it's kind of a lot easier to do this in first person. But at the same time, first person isn't perfect either, because it's really difficult to see like where your bucket is and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, you kind of just got to know the controls in that sense and trust which way you're pushing.
Alright, so let's go ahead and clear the marked area. Oops, I need to reset.
I'm afraid to stand by these holes. I'll kick some dirt in and have to start all over.
Once you complete the objective, I don't think there's anything you can do to mess it up at that point. Alright, so the first stage is complete.
Eee.
Whoa! And we're gonna need to... We're not gonna drive this over there, I don't think. So we're gonna go ahead, and I did want to show something real quick. You have some different things you can do here. You can take your helmet off if you want.
I would never. Safety first.
Safety first, though, guys.
And you're not even wearing goggles.
Yeah, I didn't put goggles on. Did you?
Yeah.
You get to custom make your character.
I'm wearing the clear ones.
I want to say it was like maybe 4 male and 4 female, or 5 male and 5 female, somewhere around there, like 8 or 10 characters. And so you get many different choices based on gender and race. And then you get to customize like the color of the clothes you're wearing and that kind of stuff. So
all I got to customize was my t-shirt under everything else.
Yeah, the t-shirt. Yeah, I think that was, you're right. I think that was it, just the t-shirt. But it does have a first person here, if you prefer to play in first person. I did want to show that.
Which I do not, because I'll throw up.
But yeah, we're going to play in the third person so we can see our guns.
Can't see my guns.
This guy doesn't really look like he does a lot of manual labor,
he
honestly.
He just watches.
His arms are kind of tiny.
He's an electrician.
So, I guess he just works these vehicles.
That's true. Just drive around.
Alright, so we need the flatbed crane. So we're going to go and take this out, and then we're going to enter it. And I think Jinx travels with us, right? Yep, there we go. So she's right over there.
I went there.
Oh, okay. Did that cost us money? You fast
you
travel?
Said it doesn't
oh, yep.
cost.
It's the country or the
you
company
said
premise.
It was free.
It's not really expensive fast traveling, but it can add up if you do it a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, if you do it all the time. Again, going to the company premises is free, as Jinx just said. We actually need to mark everything. I'm used to it doing it for us,
which was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. We need to mark this.
That's a vehicle dealer.
Oh, I'm not going to the vehicle dealer. We're going to the building material dealer.
Go get some stuff.
So when you're doing the tutorial, which is, again, just that first campaign, and that's all we've done so far. Well, I guess we did some of the little missions because you had to earn the money, the 150,000. But when you're doing that, it does all this for you. It marks everything for you. But now we're just like on our lonesome, running over street signs and stuff.
Nobody saw it.
If you ever need help with the controls, you can hold down the down directional pad, and it'll show you all the buttons here. You hold it again, and then it gives you, well, not in this case, but there's typically some other things that'll help you with. Got some people over there talking. Again, the world's kind of interesting, and like that last construction simulator game that we played, we need to move this here. But like that one, it's just really fun to see the world change. Like as you're building things, and maybe you're fixing a road or building a new, constructing a new building.
Making the town better.
Yeah, that's really what the premise of the game is, or this campaign, the American one, is that you're trying to revitalize this dying town here. Now, the reason why I parked this here, because I believe you have to do that to get it to auto-load. I could be wrong. But once auto-load wasn't an option for me, and then I had to load it up with the crane, it was a pain in the butt. So again, this is something that Jinx would have done while I was digging those holes. But I want to show you guys all these mechanics here. So we're gonna do it all on camera for this first job. So what's nice is that you can filter just the stuff you need for the job, which, you can have multiple jobs. And then there's also say, hey, I just need the stuff for this first part. But I think we'll just go and buy everything for the job now. Though I don't know that everything will fit.
Yeah, I don't know that it will.
It's not a big... Yeah. And then it'll just get left out there. But I think if we buy all of it now, with the auto loading on, then it should put it on there as best as possible. And then whatever's left, we'll just have to come back and get it. I suppose that's what we'd send Jynx to do.
It looks like it got it all on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, they loaded it up there way better than I would have if I had used the crane. All right, excellent.
Do you have, like, squinchy pants or something?
I think... Yep.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, I'm a hard worker, and so I just wear an adult... I wear an adult diaper at all times so that I can... easily get the job done. I don't have time to go to the bathroom, Jynx.
I mean, I guess. I haven't seen you go. It's been days.
I think that's actually the sound of his sneakers.
In the gravel or something.
It does have a day-night cycle. The time moves fairly quick, as you can see. That's at the bottom left.
Yeah, it's almost nighttime, and we haven't started the job.
Well, I mean, we started
a little
it.
digging.
I don't even know where this is at. Oh, this is down here. They're on a dirt road. That's rough.
GPS doesn't even go all the way out there.
Alright, so usually it tells you where it needs to be placed. I'm not seeing any markers, though. You cannot move the camera in free form while in a vehicle. It's real hassle.
Oh, it's crane time. Oh, no, I fell in the hole.
Oh, a crane area. Did you fall in the hole that I made? Jynx is stuck in the hole.
Okay, I made it.
Alright, so we actually need to move it on this side. But yeah, we're going to get a crane here. The crane's... The big crane is actually kind of fun to use. But this little crane, on the other hand, you guys are going to find out. This thing sucks.
It'd probably be best to leave that there to unload it. Or are you going to
No,
use
it's got to be on this side, though.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I guess you could use the... Yeah, I suppose you could have used the big crane, but... Are we going to order the big crane, though? Because isn't it kind of expensive? Do we have to? I guess we'll look at what the job requires. It is easier, but it is kind of expensive to rent. Let's just see what the job's going to require, because if we're just moving this stuff, then I don't really see the point. So are we adding a whole nother floor to the house?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, then we will need the big crane, guys. Yeah, we're definitely going to need the big crane. Okay, so yeah, we can just use the big crane to take all this stuff off because it's easier. Though I did want to show how infuriating this crane is. It's a real pain in the butt.
Once again, because of the camera angle.
Yeah, and so it's just constantly changing the direction that you need to be moving with. Because you remember, this is a dual stick controls here, which is why you don't have a freeform camera control. Is because of the dual stick controls. They don't really have anything to... And yeah, it's just kind of... It's rough, guys. Alright, so yeah, maybe...
Go, baby robot.
Alright, so we'll just get one thing at a time here. And again, this is...
And just throw it wherever.
You guys probably, if you watched the last series that we did, then you remember my frustration with the crane controls. These little cranes, Jynx is probably going to do any of this stuff because I'm like horrible with it. Well, because it just changes directions. So you never know which way you got to go. It's really rough. And I remember when we were doing that series, Jynx was making fun of me and my terrible controlling of the crane. And you guys should have seen how frustrated Jynx was getting with her crane.
Yeah.
She finally knew what I was talking about. How difficult this was. But yeah, as you can see, kind of get the hang of it, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good with the crane, but now that I talk smack, I'm going to look like an idiot in front of everyone.
Did you want to take over this crane here, and then I'll go get the big one ordered?
Sounds good.
Since I'm worried you'll fall in these holes.
Because I'll do it.
So we will have to order this. You have multiple different choices here based on manufacturer. So it's really about looks, though some of them have different prices. So this is the cheap one, And this is the one we're going to get. So that first price there, that's how much that costs to purchase it. We're broke, so we can't purchase any of these. So we're going to have to rent it, and it's going to be 1,940 credits per day. I was going to rent this baby. And then we can place it. That we got to get out of the way here. Alright, so we get the fast erecting crane set up. And look at that beauty. So let's go ahead and set her up. So you can see Jynx is currently working here. So this one's going to take me a minute to get used to. I haven't been in it in a while.
Are you just supposed to set all of this here?
Okay, I got it. I think so, yeah. I think that's what it's asking us to do.
I think the angle is... Okay. Never mind. Like I said.
They are rough to control. Whoa. But this one's a little bit better because it has one less direction on the stick that you have to control. So it makes it a little bit easier to control. But again, it's going to take me a little while to get the hang of it.
Because you purchased all of this stuff, right?
I think so.
Like even the stuff that we're not ready for.
Yeah, true. So some of the stuff isn't going to go on there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is something that doesn't go on there. Mm-hmm. But what we can do is just kind of set it off to the side, like off of the truck.
Just set it off of the truck?
Yeah, maybe in the grass over there or something. Okay. Whoa, this thing is like really wobbling, huh?
It's like, okay.
Maybe I'll get it. I'm trying to figure out how... Oh, I can't go that far. I was like, why can't... Yeah, I can't go that far. So I'll just put it over here then. This is like crazy and incredibly unsafe. So yeah, that was clearly not something we needed to get just yet.
Yeah, you're going to have to get some of this stuff off because it's right under me.
Yeah, you can get the stuff right under you, but it's kind of tricky.
Difficult.
I just don't know that any of this is supposed to go right here.
I think this is the long one.
The long ones, yeah, but I don't think this one is one. Yeah, if it doesn't light up, then yeah, it's not the... I'm just dragging all these building supplies over here in the mud. So everything's going to be heavily damaged by the time we actually start working here. So I think these go over there. I think this big one here. Whoa, our cranes are crashing.
I got it.
So it is nice having two players. Okay, so you can see that it lights up if you have the right item there.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
I didn't notice that before. But yeah, it's definitely a different color here. Alright, we did it. Alright, so now we need to unpack the construction materials. I suppose Jynx is the closest to doing that. So you actually have to unpack them, which is just walking up to them, pressing triangle. And it's maybe this one that I'm under right now.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's my guess. Because it had a little marker on there. Alright, so now we need to place the pillars.
Which are those?
Yep, let me see. I'm not seeing anything that marks it, though, for me to pick up.
I just think the grabby circles are off.
Oh, is this it right here? Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. So it's just a bug.
I don't know why they're over there, but...
Yeah, it's just a bug, guys. I want to say we saw the same thing. Oh, because you're tying it up.
That makes sense, I guess.
Still kind of confusing. Alright, so we're going to use this big crane here. Since, again, it's just easier to control. And it's funner. Whoa. It's definitely worth the money, though, if you got to do a lot of moving. And some stuff can't be done with the little crane because I think it's too heavy for it. So no matter what, we would have had to get this thing. You can spin things with circle. You hold circle and you can spin it. It's not always necessary, but sometimes it is. It's very arbitrary on what it lets you do sometimes.
I just swing it around until it gets there.
Alright, so that's done. Now we have the other... are these things?
Yeah, these
here?
things over here.
Yeah, that we need to put over there. It looks like Jynx is going to try and get that one. I don't know if she'll be able to reach over there, though.
I think I can.
I wish they had a crane view like the last game did. Again, I don't know if these are the same developers. They have the same name. It's all Construction Simulator. And it has very similar mechanics, so it makes me feel like it's all the same developer and same... But it's different in some ways, or a lot of ways, honestly.
Yeah, I can't reach. I'll just set it here.
I don't think this is the right thing. I think you picked up the thing I needed. There is the drums that I need, though, so...
I'll just set everything closer to you.
Yeah, do you want to bring the drums over here?
Teamwork.
Yeah, and then I'll go get this thing here. But yeah, it can be a pretty fun game when it's not infuriating. Which it can be. Certain tasks are really unfun. At least to us. Are you bringing the
I'm bringing it.
drums over here? The pallet of insulation. But digging holes, sometimes that can be pretty frustrating. And when it's a little hole like that, it's really easy. What are you doing over there, Jinx?
I don't know.
You're gonna smash this
No,
house?
it's the cameras.
I know.
I'm just pressing down.
You're destroying our stuff.
All I'm doing is pressing down. Okay, I let go. It's all yours.
Alright, so let's get over here, get hooked up. But yeah, when you have to sometimes do like the flattening or digging like large holes, it can be kind of irritating.
I skip those.
Yeah, one really nice feature is that you can skip any task that you don't want to do, but it does cost money. It costs you money because basically you're essentially like paying somebody else to do it instead. And so it does cost you money, but it actually helped us avoid a game-breaking bug.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, in the beginning mission, I was supposed to have this item, and I didn't have it. And it wasn't anywhere. Like, when Jinx was playing through it, she didn't have any issues with it, but for me, it just didn't pop up in the truck. And so there was no way for me to complete the task and move on. And so luckily I was able to skip it. You know, I lost some money, but I was able to skip it and get the task completed. Alright, so now we need to clear the marked area. Or maybe not. And now we're going to be placing the wall element wooden frames. So I thought we were building a whole new story here. Looks like we're just building...
Just putting on an addition.
Yeah, we're building an addition here. It does say house edition, so... We're going to get this one on there first. Yeah, I never noticed the lighting up. That's really helpful. Tells you where you need to put the part. So that's really nice to have. And you guys can see just like how much smoother operating this crane is compared to the other one. So this is probably going to be a priority to purchase for us. I think I'm low enough here. Once we have the money, obviously right now we're quite broke. And these machines are not cheap.
No, they're not.
No, they're expensive, guys. And so we won't be able to buy anything yet. Now, in order to move along with like the leveling up your company, you do have to have like a certain amount of machines. So with the first part, you had to have 3 machines. So I bought the tractor for that, since you do need to use it often. And then this part, I think you need 12 machines to move along. Alright, so the construction materials need to be unpacked, Jinx.
Okay.
I think it's actually up here that they need to be unpacked, so you'll need to go up the stairs. Yeah. So this is really nice having 2 people for this.
Mm-hmm, so that you don't have to get out.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Woo,
Oh, alright, look at that. You
did
built
it.
all that.
I did
Jinx
all
is
that.
awesome.
All by myself.
Alright, so you need to clear that marked area there.
Okay.
Alright, so that's one of the stages completed. And so what's nice about this job is really just using the, oops, I'm using the wrong button. It's really just using the crane. Big crane. Alright, so putting the roof on now.
I think the little crane's just too little to do anything with.
Yeah. Or particularly for a job like this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Size matters.
And we can look to see if there's anything you can work on that we've already done.
True.
Like, I don't know what the next step is, but let me just take a look here. Oops. We'll take a look at the job and see if there's anything that Jynx could do ahead of time. It says materials delivery. We already have that, so
Yeah, I
that's not a
think we
problem.
already have everything for that.
Yeah, there's an unpacking that you can do,
Oh,
and that's it.
Okay, all right.
We're basically done here, Jynx. It's just doing this last couple steps here. So we're just about done, and then we'll get paid.
I will clear the workspace. I can do that, I think.
Yeah, that'll have to be done as well. Get all the vehicles off the workspace. Now, one thing, again, I was saying before, and I don't think I finished what I was saying, is one thing I missed is having that crane view from the other game we played, the previous game. It was nice to have where you could just really see what you're doing up close. Because it's kind of like a camera view of the crane. That'd be nice to have. And I cannot get it over there. Come on, buddy. There we go.
Almost got
Yeah,
it.
it's just like you're just trying to get to the green, essentially. Are you going to have to unpack this up here? How the hell are you supposed to get up there?
I don't think so. I
guess we'll find out. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I think we're done. It does say unpack. Oh, there's the construction materials you need to unpack. It's not quite done yet. So now it says clear the construction site. So I want to say we're done now.
That's weird, because on my screen it's like the roof wasn't put on there.
Well, it looks good on mine.
Okay.
I think we can just step off the... Yep,
Yeah,
and then we speak with the foreman. And we'll be done here. And look at that, guys.
Wow.
We did it. So our first job has been completed.
We did that.
And so now this... And so now you've changed the map. Like, this is
Gotta
gonna remain here.
House. Wish it was so easy to like upgrade your house.
Now, with returning your vehicles, pretty easy to do here, guys. I'm glad they kind of made this automated. Make sure you return your crane or anything else you rent. The longer you have it out, the more you pay. So we only need to pay 142 credits. You pay after you're done with it. And it's based on how long you used it. So we didn't use it very long.
Like, that's a low price.
Yeah, you can also store your vehicles through this same menu here. Alright, awesome. So, I guess we would want to do another job. How much time do we have?
We got some time.
We got some time. We can at least start. I guess we would start one of these campaign ones now, is what my plan was. Because we did one of the contracts. And this isn't really progressing the story, it's just getting you some money. So now you can see we now have 75,000 credits. Still not enough to really buy anything, unfortunately, so we're going to have to be renting everything still.
I feel like these people need a road.
So the question is, which one of the campaigns do you want to do, Jynx? So we have the maritime tourism, where we work with the tourism officer. She wants to do something with the beach, like build out the beach or whatever. So we can see we're going to have to do some flattening, some gravel delivery, all that kind of stuff. Okay. A lot of delivery of sand and soil and stuff. So I suppose we haven't shown that yet. So there's that. As far as money goes, it's $933,000 for the estimated earnings.
Wow.
So a big chunk of money. All of these ones earn you a lot, with the exception of the waterways one. He just doesn't have much to pay. So 174 for this one, and the worst part is it's flattening and excavation, backfilling, all that kind of stuff. So I don't see us working on the waterways anytime soon. We got the urban space. I think this one pays the most. I believe we're going to build a college.
Well,
it's
that's nice.
almost 1.3 million. Yeah, a lot of steps to this one, guys. 11 construction stages. There is quite a bit that's going to have to be done here.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we're going to have to rent.
Yeah, I feel like the entertainment one.
Working with concrete.
The best one to start out as.
The tourism one?
Yeah.
There's also innovative technologies. We're going to work with a tech entrepreneur. And this one is actually the most profitable one. I thought it was the other one. This one's 1.9 million, 9 steps. But looks like it's going to be kind of similar as far as stuff we're doing. I guess we can do the beach. We need a beach in the town. So yeah, we'll do the beach one, guys. We'll do the boardwalk. So let's go and accept this contract. And the first thing we're going to have to do is meet her, the tourism officer. Because again, we haven't done any of these yet. We haven't met her. So how far is that? Really far.
Super duper far.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go and put our vehicle away. Your vehicle does sit wherever you leave it, by the way. When you store them, they'll slowly get repaired as well. So you see that little green meter? It tells you how long until it's fully repaired. So that's one way to basically repair for free. Because otherwise, you got to repair
at the gas station.
Yeah, at the gas station where you get gas and stuff. So let's go and store this. Let it get repaired up. It'll take 15 minutes to get her done. And then we're just going to fast travel over to our company premise, which is fairly close to the boardwalk. So yeah, we'll just travel on over there. Did you travel to the company premise?
I thought I did, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think you did because I heard the money, the little cash sounds.
I took a cab.
So Jynx
I got a company credit card. I'm good to go. Woo! I stopped and got lunch.
Yes, I
coffees.
see that.
Did you want anything?
I guess we'll see what we need for the job, and maybe I'll drive that over there. Okay, so we need a dozer. Now, technically, we have the ability to use our backhoe. We can do that, but it might take forever. But what we could do is have both of us doing it.
Yeah,
if we rent a dozer on top of it.
I want to drive the dozer.
We also need materials delivered. So I'm gonna drive our backhoe over there, Jynx.
Okay.
So that we can have 2 of these, because again, this can flatten and dig. So yeah, we're gonna go and take it out and enter it.
Well, that's a lot of space here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jynx's screen, guys. This is gonna be some work.
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah. As you can see, the camera does not have me facing where I want to face. Also, the GPS had me going some weird way. Don't listen to your GPS, guys.
You need to do a circle.
This GPS is ridiculous.
Do a figure 8 and then straight and backwards.
Yeah, it's like a real-life GPS where it has you just driving completely the wrong way of the direction you're trying to go. They like to take you like the
scenic
route. Mm-hmm.
Which I think they call gas efficiency.
Yeah, it's very realistic. Or at least with our experience with GPSs.
Google Maps. Yeah. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, man. We've been doing a lot of traveling, because we had to, go look at houses in other states since we're going to be moving out of Colorado. And so we've been doing a lot of traveling using that GPS. And good God, guys.
You got to keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm, yeah. She never wants you to be on the interstate, is what we notice. Like, we want to stay on the interstate if it's, obviously practical to be on the interstate. That's the most efficient way to travel, in my opinion, because you don't have to stop at all for stoplights like you would on, like, a local or state highway.
Road.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you don't have to stop at the stoplights. Most importantly, you don't get stuck behind a tractor or something, going super slow and hoping you can pass without dying, because there's only one lane.
Like, it's not fun if you're not risking your human life.
All right. So we're here. Jynx is already here with her coffee. She took the cab. Yeah. It cost us money. Shouldn't have given her that company credit card. All right. So we're going to talk with the tourism officer. And the dialing has been started. Would you like to participate? Yes.
Hi. I'm happy to see a new face in the industry. I was hired to establish beach tourism for the city as a secure source of revenue and to draw upscale beach visitors and vacationers here. It's a long-term investment and an opportunity to make this city more attractive to its many residents again. Together, we'll make a few changes to transform this bleak place into a beach paradise with recreational offers and vacation facilities. This beach used to be noted in every tourist guide for this country and has always been a popular meeting place for a stroll along the water. Now, the glamour of the old days has faded, and sadly, it barely looks the same. Everywhere there are sandy paths, dirt, and decay. I'm happy that your company is accepting the job to bring this place back to life.
Alright, so she's excited. I'm excited.
Me too.
Hope you guys are excited because we're going to play in some dirt and sand.
I love dirt.
Alright, so they need us to flatten this out. It is a very large area, so yes, we will need the dozer. So did you want to go rent the dozer, Jynx?
Sure.
Remember the cheap one?
What?
I didn't show this. I do want to show you guys how this works with the multiplayer. So when you're in the online, you set up your active multiplayer game. We should have showed this in the beginning since we were talking about how to play multiplayer. But when you set up your game, you will name it, obviously, so that whatever players are looking for it can find it. You can also put a password on so that only people you want to join can join. And you can determine how many maximum players you can have. We got it set to 2. The default was 4. I don't know if you can put any more than 4. I would assume that's it, but could be more. I'm not entirely sure. You can also put a minimum level because you might be getting, if you don't have any friends or no friends that play this game, then you might just be letting randoms play with you, and maybe you don't want like newbies to play on your on your game. Now, I think you can join a multiplayer game even if you haven't finished those that first initial campaign. I believe you can join one, but you can't start one, obviously. So you can set the minimum level so you have like more experienced players that are joining you. And then once you do have people that will join, you then can determine how much kind of authority they have in your company. So you're not doing anything where you need to buy things right now, do you?
No.
Okay, so we can set Jynx to a temp, an unskilled newcomer. Basically, she has to ask permission to spend any money or do anything. So this is probably, if you're playing with randoms, this is what you're going to want to have set up on. So they can help you work, but they can't spend your money without permission. With an employee, they can spend your money on buying things and renting things and all that kind of stuff. That's what Jynx is currently set on. If we promoted her to a foreman, then she could also execute jobs on her own. So she could be working on separate jobs, which might be something we do in the future if we really want to earn some money. But Jynx needs to earn foreman rank. The way she's been spending money, I don't know. But yeah, it gives you the power to determine what's the people who are playing with you, what all they can do. So I thought that was kind of cool. But let's go and start on this. Jynx is going to rent a dozer, which is going to be much better at doing this than this vehicle.
I'm trying to see because there's some undiscovered locations. I'm hoping that there's a rental place.
Oh, so you're just running around looking for... Yeah, because you don't want to have to drive.
That dozer.
Yeah, our
is
current
slow.
vehicle dealer is way up here in the village. And the dozers are really slow, and they're difficult to drive. I guess I should have been the one to drive it so that I could show them. But with the dozers, they're tracked vehicles. And the R2 and L2 each control one side of the tracks. It's like the R2 controls the right side, and the L2 controls the left side. And good God, it's difficult. And that's just to go forward. Got some loud vehicles out there. Pretend it's part of the game. Let's straighten this out over this way. I don't even know if I'm actually flattening it here. Doesn't look like it.
No.
I dug a hole.
Flattening there.
I don't know that we need to actually do that spot. But yeah, you can see how the camera just isn't working the way we want it to. It's kind of doing its own thing here. It just looks whatever direction it wants to look. I feel like this needs to be flattened, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you hit the triangle.
Yeah, we might need to actually take a look at what all needs to be flattened here, guys. Also, these vehicles very easily get stuck. Maybe just that part?
Yeah, because that looks pretty flat.
I don't know. It says the whole thing needs to be flattened. Maybe this thing just can't do it. Maybe we have to have the dozer. Because this definitely is part of it. Yeah, I might not be able to do it without the dozer, guys. In which case we're waiting on Jynx.
Alright, well all these places are gas stations, so I'm gonna have to go back to the village
we
to
like-
get the dozer.
Oh, okay. The problem is it's full of dirt.
Oh.
So maybe if we like dump this over here. Dump it. I don't even know how to get it to dump, honestly. There we go. So you notice that there was a little yellow meter there that wraps around with all the other meters. The yellow meter is how full your equipment is. Your
Capacity.
So like for instance, if we had like a concrete mixer, then it would show us like, how much concrete we have in it. Yeah, this is like not doing the trick at all. Do I have dirt in here? I do have dirt in here. Yeah, but it's not, we're not flattening it at all. So we just want to make sure we're dumping it outside the area. So I mean, it's clearly picking dirt up. Again, this is not the best tool for this. I'm going to work on the big piles. Maybe we can accomplish something there. I don't know. This thing has been not working out well. Yeah, let's try with this big old pile here. See if we can make any progress. Come on, buddy. Yeah, it is struggling.
How does that not count?
Yeah, we're definitely going to need the dozer. Although I'm surprised that none of this is counting, yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much filled up here and we're stuck as well. But yeah, none of this is counting. I guess because it's not flattened.
True.
He picked up some dirt. I feel like you might need to use, I don't know, something to help pick the dirt up quicker.
So you want the cheap one?
Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, are the other ones better in some way?
I don't know. I don't think so. You would think that they would be if they were more expensive, but...
I don't know, though. We crashed into that, guys. Oh, we're already full. Already filled up. I wonder if, even if we're full, we can flatten it. Probably not. Yeah,
Am I
it's just
still
not.
just a temp?
No, you should be set to employee. Yeah, we're not flattening anything here. Oh, I do have to give you permission. That's interesting.
Trying
Yeah.
to spend some money here.
Let me make sure that you are set to. I'm pretty sure you're... Yeah, you're an employee. Okay, yeah, you should be able to do it without my permission. And this is our first time experience with the multiplayer. We haven't really done anything with the multiplayer yet. But yeah, we're picking up all the dirt, but this thing just can't do it, guys. But as I was saying with the dozer, so you have the R2 and the L2, which control the two sides of the tracks. We're just going to dump this all over the sand. It just disappears. How convenient. But then you have the R1 and L1 for reversing. And so it's kind of difficult to control. So I'm sure you'll see Jynx struggle with that. So what I think she's doing right now.
Yeah, I just stored the dozer, so I'm going to the area down there next to you to get it out.
Yeah, to kind of save the time because the dozer is so slow. Jynx is just trying to save us some time here. I mean, we're kind of grinding it down a little bit. But yeah, you see that the progress is still sitting at 0%. We've made no progress at all. I've even improved my bucket capacity too. So you have skills that you can get. We actually have an available one. But yeah, this is for bucket capacity. I don't know if that would count for this one. I've also improved my crane speed. So I think that's convenient. But yeah, you can get like fuel efficient driving. This helps with repairs. This gets you more money. You know, you can carry more stuff, bulk material or asphalt. I don't know which this one. Oh, okay, so that helps with the concrete.
I'm coming. It's just going to take years.
Yeah, it says a shovel, a bucket, or a blade. I don't know. We're going to upgrade this one, guys. Do that again. I was going to get the money next, but let me see if this will help at all. because you do use that a lot. Let me try like a little tiny hill here. Let's see if we can't make some progress on flattening this. Come on, baby.
Oh, I did it.
There we go.
1%.
We got 1%,
We
guys.
did it.
And she doesn't even have to travel that far right there, guys.
It's so
She's only
slow.
traveling right there. We can see her here. Look at how slow she's moving. That's Jynx with the dozer.
Yeah, the dozers are not meant to drive on the roads.
No, they're pretty rough.
I'm going a whopping 7 miles per hour.
Wow, really? I didn't know it was that slow, though. I mean, you probably could have fast traveled. I didn't think it would take that long, but yeah, I would have fast traveled.
Oh, yeah, I should have.
Yeah. Because we're not making any progress here with just this thing. Alright, so Jynx is here. We're actually going to go take a peek at her working. We can only do that if we get out of this, or if our camera just happens to be lucky enough to point in the direction that we want it to. Alright, so look at that, guys. Jynx made a percentage almost immediately. I mean, you can see how much more efficient it is, how much larger it is compared to our little tiny bucket. Yeah, Jynx is having a lot of success. I couldn't even drive like that.
Yeah.
Because I get stuck.
Do you want to try?
Sure. I mean, you can do one more line.
Okay.
I'm going to show everybody what a line would look like with this thing, though. I'll go to the other side. Yeah, look at how much more efficient that was, guys. So if Jynx had fast traveled over here, we'd be in a much better progress right
Well,
now.
you told me I wasn't allowed to spend money. Okay, I'm stuck.
Yeah, if we put this down, this won't even work like that, guys. Not at all. We'll get stuck. And we won't do anything. Yeah, I don't even know if it's capable. Because it's not even doing anything.
It's supposed to be, but it's just not.
Yeah. It's just highly inefficient. So the best recourse would probably, as Jynx said, would get 2 dozers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draw a line.
So I just did a line, guys, and you can see, like, it didn't do anything.
I don't know. It's still
That
wonky,
1%
but
that
yeah.
went up was Jynx's 1%, not mine. So yeah, this just doesn't work, guys. I'm like barely helping. Yeah, look how much more efficient this is. You can see the path that Jynx drove. Apparently she's going like in a square fashion here.
It was.
Yeah.
That's how I mow lawns too.
Yeah, so much more efficient, guys. So what we could do is either we could switch out with Jynx and do some of the straightening or the flattening, or we can look at what the next job or the next part of this job is. Well, we want to look at the active job here. So that's the flattening. We got 14% progress. Jynx is doing a great job, and I hate flattening, so we could do the gravel delivery here. Oh, we also need to go buy all that crap. That sounds like
really?
a job for Jynx.
I'm sensing a pattern here. It's a lot of jobs for Jynx. I am the employee, I suppose.
I'm the owner here. I'm just supervising, guys. So I think we're actually out of time for this episode, unfortunately.
Oh.
So I don't know
I
if you
love
want to.
flattening.
I guess Jynx will just keep on working while we do the outro here.
Yeah, okay. I'm learning some tricks.
You're doing a really good job for how difficult those are to drive.
Yeah.
I was gonna show how it works. But we'll have to do that in a future episode. Cause yeah, this one is over here. Oh, I got dirt everywhere. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. If you're looking for anything to watch while you wait for the next episode, check out the front page of our channel. We got 3,000 something videos sorted by genre. When it comes to the simulator games, we have played quite a few of them. Obviously, this is, as we mentioned before, this is not our first construction simulator game. We played one other one, which again was just not as good as this one. It didn't have as many in-depth mechanics. This one's just a lot better from our experience so far.
It is.
Yeah, it's a lot better. And I think that one was originally designed for mobile devices, actually, and then it came to console and PC. I know it was on mobile devices. Everybody told us about it. So it was just not as good. It was fine, I suppose, but this one's a better game. Is that the donut shop where you got the coffee, Jinx?
No, but I just saw that.
I was like, why didn't you get me a donut?
I'm taking a break.
Yeah, a donut break, guys. But if you do enjoy the simulator genre, we've played quite a few different types of games. And again, they're all in their own little section, so maybe go check that out if it sounds like something you'd be interested in. But look at how much quicker this is going with the dozer, guys. I mean, just look at the size of it compared to the backhoe over there.
I didn't know it was so big.
Yeah, it's a pretty large vehicle. But yeah, Jinx is already 51% done here. She's doing a fantastic job. So yeah, I think I think the dozer is definitely the way to go. That thing was just so ineffective. I mean, I got stuck on that hill. I couldn't even get over it, let alone to flatten it down. So that kind of shows you don't use that for the big flattening jobs. You can use it for the little ones, but yeah, don't use it for the bigger jobs. Basically, we just need to buy a dozer.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of flattening in this game.
So much flattening.
But yeah, if you're looking for any links, check out the description of any of our videos. You'll find links to our PayPal, Patreon, and Teespring store. If you'd like to support the channel, you'll also find links to our Discord if you'd like to join our community. And finally, you'll find links to all of our social media if you'd like to follow us on those. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this one. Do hope to see you guys on the next video, where Jinx will continue to be our professional flattener here.
Dozer.
Yeah.
That's my nickname now.
Yep, Jinx can be Dozer. So I do hope to see you guys on that video, and thanks for watching.